教职，但是自从我到台大创业中心来在这边服务以后，很多包括我们中心同仁，还有在台大车库的新创同学叫我老师。我希望他们叫我老师，是因为我有inspire 他们，或者有帮助他们而不是因为年龄上面的差距因为我认为会限制人的只有 mindset， 而不是在年龄年龄不是一个问题。那我不是这样子，因为我过去主要的工作经验都是在产业界，只有其中6年是在行政院科技顾问组参与科技政策的规划。那所以我认为推动校园里面的价值创造产业的价值是非常有意义的一件事情。怎么说嘞？大学的使命主要是在教学研究那个学生或者是说我们研究的成果就是大学的产品，就我们这样来称呼它的话，那怎么样让这些学生走进社会以后他不管是进入产业或是去进行其他的社会上面的工作，我们都希望他能够对这个人类或是对产业、对经济有非常正面、深远的正向的影响力。要怎么去做呢？其实台湾这10多年来，大家一直在喊学用落差好深怎么都跨不过去。那究竟为什么会发生这样一个状况？是不是说我们学术界在做的事情跟产业界有一个鸿沟存在？所以我们才有今天设计的这样的一个讨论，可以有什么样创新的产学模式来跨越这个鸿沟？那在开始讨论之前，我先跟各位介绍一下，因为其实，在台湾一谈到产学，大家第一个想到的是政府在喊的产学合作，可是其实还有很多的可能性所以我们才说我们要来讨论什么样是创新的产学模式。所以我先举一个例子大约在10年前 ，OECD 做了一个产学合作的报告。那它这个报告里面包含了 OECD 的国家，各个创业推动创业有名的大学以及产业界，他们大概有什么样的合作关系它归纳成7项。那第一个产学之间可以有的合作关系，大概是最简单的一个 general 的那个research， 或者是我捐钱，或是我赞助设备。或是成立一个基金会来帮助学术界做一些研究，这是最简单的第一种模式那第二种就是我可能某个教授学者跟企业界可能以前是小学同学是好朋友，所以有一个 informal 的 research 来请求来做这样的一个研究的合作。那第3个就是企业界可能为了要节省它的研发投入这边的成本，他直接 commission 学术界做一个 contract research 做这样一个委托。那还有一种很简单的，就是我只是做 knowledge transfer， 或者是我开一些课做 training， 这也是一种产业界跟学术圈合作的关系的模式那其实，在台湾大家最常拿来与会产学合作的是第5种它就是由政府资助，然后它要产业界跟学术界一起共同主持的一个研究计划。这也是一种蛮大众的模式那接下来还有一种是我们叫做 research consortium， 可能就是包含产业界、研究机关、学术机关一起组成的一个研发的联盟。那这就有很多互动的一个交流的机会。
那实际上我刚刚在下面听了一下，在我没有演讲之前我很谢谢这个刚刚许先秀了几张照片让我在下面是心有戚戚焉。为什么这么讲呢？我们在座，我想除了这个黄教授愿意出来当创业者以外，在座有多少的同学或是教授您在做 incubator 的时候，你们愿意出来做 king， 而不要做 king maker？我想 incubator 实际上是在做 king maker 那我也同意，就是 incubator。实际上，今天的创业环境有非常多的 VC 或是 incubator 或是加速器各种的这个环境，实际上是让整个的创业实际上是可以比较好的。我想在以前的创业环境可能没有那样的环境，但今天这个是比较好，就像教育一样，我们常常讲说，一个好的教育系统实际上会让国家的实力是翻倍的。所以你在教的过程当中，不一定每个人都是达到我们教育的最高目的，但是 实际上它是可以把整个水准提高，也就是我们可以把创业的成功率是可以增加的。好，在我们今天的这个 incubator 也好，或是各种的这个 project 来支持也好。但是为什么我刚刚讲说心有戚戚焉呢？啊，我突然发现就是 VC 啦 ，incubator， 你看它照片出来都是吃饭啦，这个咖啡啦，好好谈啦，对不对？啊，那个，但是真正的 king 呢，好像都不在里面了。king 好像都是被问的，都在里面要被审问的，被这个问你，哎，你来告诉我你要做什么的。那为什么讲这个？也刚好我实际上比较算是创业比较晚的人啊。我实际上是在一个大公司待了23年，在国际公司23年以后，那我才决定创业。那创业3年以后，才进入就是被这个鸿海集团的化。那因为有这3年的经验，才让我知道什么叫做创业。啊，为什么我刚刚讲说，当时我创业的时候好像都没有在那种环境里面啊，那个黄老师一直在点头哈，就是说，在那个餐桌里面喝咖啡聊这个相关的东西，好像都没有。我只记得说一创业，好不容易打进了英国，就马上怎么样被英国的公司来告，啊，你侵犯我的 IP， 你用我的名字，好，我就必须要跑到英国去解释啊。那接下来呢，一样是拎着皮箱，拿着 sample。到了美国要去做生意，结果到了Minneapolis，啊，当天下大雪，结果怎么样？因为住 motel， 又公司在创业，刚刚讲的0到1的时候是很辛苦的，对不对？公司也是赔钱的，所以是住 motel。那也想说，哎呀，那个 sample 很重啊，就不要搬进房间了。那结果就放在车上，想说大家不会有人会偷吧？那下了雪以后呢，第2天早上，哇，好高兴。这个开车开到客人那边去，就把那个设备拿出来以后，竟然不握。为什么？因为太低了啊，零下15度，所以它还在什么？我们的设计是什么？零下5度到正负15度。哇，这个大家都知道，设计有一个叫做 range spec， 就还需要在那等它怎么样？哇，很久，冒冷汗，为什么不 work 嘛？那我刚看到那里才发现说，哇。原来 VC 是这样子，原来我们的 incubator 是这样子，黄老师不是这样子，对不对？好，我们的 incubator 好像比较不是这样子。啊，所以在这里呢，我想，因为题目给我的是说产跟学之间到底怎么合作，那很清楚，我从产的角度来对学有一些期望，啊，跟我们真的很期望我们在座的学能够有勇气出来怎么样？当 king， 而不要只做 king maker， 或是只在旁边做教练，啊，希望能够勇敢的跳出来哈，因为全世界非常多有名的这个创业者，像Evan Jacob， 他是原来 MIT 的教授，好，我俩是 Qualcomm 的创办人，是非常成功的。好，我们黄教授实际上是台大教授，最近我也投资了这个叶教授，啊，实际上这个都怎么样？是跳出来啊，虽然很辛苦。也可能成功率只有低于10%，但是呢，啊，那个经验是很不一样的，经验是很不一样的。好，我们就进入到我的题目。那我们谈产学，那就一个产业的角度，那产学接轨，共生共荣。对一个产业来讲，不会的，产业是一个需要赚钱的一个实体。因为赚了钱，他能继续投资，他能去做 people development， 我们才能往前走。如果他没有赚钱，他实际上没有办法继续投资，没有资源。所以一个企业大概在做技术研发的时候，实际上大概就在左边这边啊，看到就是很清楚，这些都已经是目前来讲啊，已经都不是在 PC 领域的。好，我想这个或多或少，各位从报章杂志看到。在鸿海集团、富士康集团在布局里面啊，云计算的布局、投资穿戴装置，even到这个网络汽车，甚至机械人相关的，实际上怎么样，都开始要去投入。因为这个部分呢，今年不投入，实际上是晚的啊。所以我们在未来可能这2、3年之内，就必须要有很多东西是要出来。 我们做那个跟 SoftBank 合作这个 Paper 的服务型机械人，前后花了3年半。那这中间呢，还有很多的这个软体平台或是硬件的相关东西，它是一个软硬结合的，它是一个虚实需要整合的。那一样的学术界，当然我们期望学术界有一些也是在跟我们产业界实际上是有重复的地方，但是呢，更多实际上在这几个领域呢，我把它拿出来呢，实际上是最近我们在跟 MIT 也在谈下一个合作的计划。那这里面呢，他们提出来了一些，他们这是在学校里面希望再往前再做一些规划。那他们提出了他们的建议，那我们产业怎么跟他整合？来一起来合作。所以这个是我们认为产学合作里面有 academic， 但是呢，也必须要 academic 东西是能够产生经济效益这个话，第一个是跟各位来做一个说明，产学之间的一个关系。那第二个呢，常常在我们产业界，这是在应该不到1个月吧，刚好有这个机缘，我参加了台湾鼎大的一个研讨会。那鼎大研讨会里面就有这一章的一个说明，就是在整个企业刚好就有这样的一个说明，就是一个是叫做 entrepreneur， 就是 most entrepreneur， 就是这个学校呢，它有很高的企业性，或者我们讲的叫做创业性的一个学校。实际上这个都是名校。那同时另外一个呢，是叫做 academic， 就是非常非常注重学术研究的学校但是呢，我们发现这是有重复的。实际上，一个具备强而有力的 academic 研究的学校，并不表示它不能是一个企业型的大学，或是创业型的大学。可以看到这中间 Stanford、MIT、Berkeley、Yale、California Tech， 所有这些学校，实际上它的周围都环绕的很好的创新环境。Silicon Valley 最明显的例子，因为它是在学校旁边。那它的学校跟产业之间是什么？是整合的。所以在1998年，这个是 Enterprise University， 或是这个 Dr. Clark 在谈的 entrepreneurship 的一个 entrepreneur 的 university。实际上，这个对产业来讲，我们期望不只是台湾的鼎大、台湾的大学，我想在大陆的这个学府，我想很清楚我举的这个例子，刚好都是美国相关的一个大学来当做例子那尤其呢，我们因为跟 MIT 有比较多的合作，总共我们送出了81位的这个同仁到 MIT 去做研究，跟他们做 joint development。那也培养了一位 PhD 的这个同事那每个学生呢，每个同事呢，大概去是半年、1年或者1年半的时间。那里面跟他们合作里面，我们发现 MIT 在14年。它总共的整个研究经费674个 million， 但是呢，大概有16%是来自企业界。那这个企业界呢，是根据了 MIT 本身自己的技术力，它来引进了企业，让企业跟它合在一起，愿意共同来开发。而且 MIT 很有意思，它允许你就在旁边它的一些 patent 它也是跟你共用的。你开发出来的，我们的同仁去跟他一起做 joint development、joint design， 完了以后，你可以拿回公司去做你们开发的一个基础，你们可以把它就是量产变成是一个产品。所以在这里呢 ，MIT 它是用它的研究力量，用它的技术能力，用它的专业来吸引企业界愿意花很多的资金资源跟他合作，所以这个是一个很成功的，不只是一个 academic 的学校，同时是一个企业型的学校跟 entrepreneur 创业型的学校的一个例子。这个是基本上在今天谈产学，这个例子 举出来跟各位做一个分析。那鸿海呢，在过去这么多年，到底我们在产学里面做了哪些事情？在产学里面，实际上我们不是刚刚只有美国，我们跟 MIT 跟这个卡内基梅隆做这个机械人。那我们跟大陆呢，实际上跟北京清华有10年的合作关系。我们从最基础的纳米碳管的基础研究开始，一直到最后我们形成的一个纳米碳管的应用，我们去拉丝，去设计设备，然后甚至我们去形成一个企业做这个纳米的 touch panel， 而且它是不需要浪费水，它是一个 green 的 manufacturing， 我们形成一个 CNT 的 touch 的一个技术，那现在已经在一些智能手机的 touch panel 上面来使用，所以它从一个最基础的材料的科学研究，一直到最后变成是一个产业跟企业，这个是我们跟北京清华，那我们也不只是在做科学的合作，我们也在做人才的培训，所以我们在公司里面呢有个 IE 学院是跟清华大学合作的，所以我们的员工呢可以修清华大学的 IE 学院的学分，跟取得清华大学的学位，所以我们有同仁他可以专升科本科或是本科升硕士班，甚至现在有博士班的学生，这是我们跟北京清华的合作。那跟新竹清华呢，刚刚黄老师已经讲了我们跟他 incubator， 我们还有一些人才培训的计划。跟新竹清华也是，我们基本上在低温的传导或者是在一些stepping model， 也就是在机械人方面的 stepping model， 我们跟他也可以合作。台大那更不用说了，台大我讲我们在跟台大有非常多从医学院到工学院的电机系、这个机械系或者是资讯工程生医相关的，我们基本上甚至在大数据我们讲的 computing 这个数据中心方面是在做合作，甚至呢我们实际上也有一些我们理解对我们产业的人才需求，并不是只有 academic， 我们有很多更是实务的，因为像在模具 micro tooling 那这方面呢我们有很大的需求，所以我们就跟高雄科技应用科技大学，或者是台北科大，或者是台湾的科技大学，在进行一些始于在制程技术方面的的合作，甚至我们把越南60个他们在前5大学校毕业的学生送来台湾念硕士班那我们希望他不只学台湾的语文，回到越南他可以变成我们的基层的干部所以这基本上呢是我们在整个领域里面，所以可以看到我们大概这些领域是在跟各学校里面来做合作，甚至最近我们到了印度，也开始跟印度的孟买的这个 IIT 来做一些讨论，因为假如我们要到印度去，我们必须要跟他们的学术界有一些合作，所以这个呢是在鸿海的产学合作上面的一些做法。所以 MIT 刚刚谈到，这是我们在过去这2001年到现在为止，前后大概接近15年的一些合作的一个情况。那我们跟台湾大学也是一样，在各个领域里面有一些合作的这个项目。那接下来呢，一样，我们还是必须要有更多的产学合作。那这个呢是目前鸿海在这2-3年我们的技术的 roadmap 或是产品的 roadmap 在 focus 的领域。所以第一个领域呢是在云计算跟大数据方面，当然目前我们已经有一些合作，甚至我们投资了这个也是台大的这个我们叫宅神合配的这个数据平台，一个大数据分析平台。我们另外一个在工业4.0跟物联网相关的在智慧工厂、在自动化机械人或自动驾驶、在感测 sensor 方面的一些研究。 另外一个是在网络，我们在5G、SDN、NFV， 刚刚跟黄教授也在聊，我们怎么样跟学校形成一个战略的合作，在一些基础上面可以来做一些研讨。那另外一个就是在我们相关的医疗，尤其刚刚谈到预防医学或者医疗大数据穿戴智慧医院，这个是我们在跟台大的癌医中心或是生医中心的一起的这个合作专案。所以这一部分呢，是我们在产学合作里面，对我们来讲，我们期望是一个是技术，一个是人才，这2个轴线希望形成产业跟学校之间的合作的共撑双赢。以上我想在这里先跟各位先进跟各位老师做一个说明，谢谢各位。
谢谢吕董事长。其实我从
来自浙江大学的郑刚那个我是姓郑的副教授，简称郑教授。但是我也想成为真正的郑教授，但没办法，因为我们知道有规定，你必须要去海外要镀金，我就去斯坦福待2年，待了2年。然后我本来是教那个创新管理、创新与变革管理，但是因为2011年我们参加了那个百森培训，就和我们李院长他们一起，然后回来就阴差阳错的就让我去讲创业，我们也是干中学。今天我简单汇报一下，从我的作为一个在创业教育一线的一个老师的角度来看一下浙大这个创业教育的这几年的一些探索，我把它叫做正在迈向创业教育2.0时代为什么这么叫？我给大家看个例子。那么，大家可能知道我来自浙江，那么浙江可能大家知道，在中国大陆属于创业精神比较好的或者比较活跃的一个省份，是吧？那么大家看到的这些传统的这些知名的企业家娃哈哈的宗庆后、鲁冠球吉利的李书福，然后正在那个谁蓝胜辉，这些都是传统的浙商，他们也确实很有创业精神。但是我觉得他们上一代的浙商一个特点就是草根创业，就是都是。知识文化程度不是很高，然后从基层做起，或者说就从比方说一个铁匠，一个拍照相，就是你像李书福，吉利汽车的李书福，他就刚开始就在公园里给大家拍照片，就这样就是摸爬滚打起来的那么这是传统的浙江这个草根创业但是我觉得我们现在这个变革时代了，光靠草根创业肯定是就是不行了，所以说我们正在转型，就是要面向这个。这个变革时代，我们要进行那个知识创业、科技创业然后这个从生存性创业向就业型创业来转变然后呢，这个最近这几年，我们逐渐形成了就是在浙江或者杭州创业的新4军我们叫新4军。第一个是浙大系代表，第2个是阿里系的代表，第3个是浙商系的代表就是第4是这个海归系海外回来叫新4军然后呢，确实这几年的我们的创业氛围还是不错这个平均每天大概有人统计有3.8场的创业的活动这个大家如果去杭州去体验一下，到处都是路演，到处都是什么这个展示这是基本情况。然后这个然后呢，这个浙大那个在全国高校里面创业的情况也还可以，就是清华北大之后，我们就是这有一个媒体做的这个大陆高校创业，我叫做琅琊就是也和刚才我们那个王总吕总的这个介绍有点类似，就是研究型大学在创业型大学里面反而也有很多重合的你像我们这些排在这些前20位的大部分都是我们的研究型大学，C9的大学为主，这个985的大学为主，但是同时也是创业型做得不错的。然后我们浙大这几年也确实也有一些独角兽的那个创业企业出现现在有3家是超过10亿美金的这个独角兽，你看滴滴快递就是快递打车，就是我们浙大土木系的一个校友陈伟霆创办的，还有蘑菇街，还有磐石。这是陈伟霆这个他很有意思，这个03级的土木系的一个同学，然后大学期间我们还知道我们创业大赛，他当时当然不是做了这个，做了一些游戏然后后来这个12年创办了快递打车，然后短短2年时间，他们一合并以后，现在估值100多亿，这是发展很快的。 然后这蘑菇街是2个浙大系的出来，然后去了阿里巴巴，然后又出来创业，所以说是浙大加阿里系的代表。然后呢，因为我们浙大是理工科的比较强的一个大学，就是分母型大学。那么我们的创业啊，我们当然也是一直在推崇科技创业啊。这几年出现了一些科技创业做得不错的一些公司啊，像回车电是那个脑意念来控制，然后这个是机器人的那个机器视觉，这个酷家乐是3D，这个就是渲染啊，这个装修设计啊，3秒钟可以渲染出3D 效果啊等等啊，这就简单举一些例子。然后这是阿里系的，阿里系，这个大家知道马云这个确实这几年都在到处的并购啊，就是在布局啊，是阿里系。阿里巴巴对杭州的创业氛围确实是贡献非常大的。那个大家看这张图啊，这是1999年阿里巴巴创办的时候，马云当时就很有气势的给大家来描绘一个愿景。他当时的愿景是，我希望阿里巴巴成为一个市值50亿美金的一家公司，啊，当时这18罗汉都不信啊，结果10多年以后是1000多亿美金的出来了。然后阿里系这几年确实出现了很多这个创业的公司啊，75家公司啊。好，这个我就快速过一下。然后呢，为什么叫创业教育2.0呢？因为去年克强总理这个推出叫大众创业万众创新之后啊，这个确实。我们大陆的这个创业的教育，确实进入一个新的阶段啊。不管你是主动还是被动，但是没办法，现在是确实进入一个新的阶段啊。那么2.0时代，我的一个给它界定就是，过去啊1.0时代主要是一些少数的创业精英，少数开几门课，而且这个创业生态系统非常不完善，误导式啊，领导的重视程度也比较低啊，对经济的影响也比较低啊，氛围也比较低。那么现在。2.0时代啊，更加大众化、普及化啊，然后这个创业课程体系也逐渐完善啊，然后对经济的影响贡献也特别大啊，这是我个人的一个看法。2.0，然后这个我们浙大确实在大陆应该说创业教育做的比较早，就是99年我们就创建了第一个创新创业的一个强化班啊，99年啊就创办了。后来啊也有一系列的一些创业的活动，这个我不详细介绍啊，就是这个历史还是有悠久，但是我个人认为，我们和斯坦福相比啊，就是创业教育方面我们做的也是刚刚起步啊，就是之前大家在探索啊，但是我们现在目前浙大也没有什么创业学院啊，都是大家在有好多部门在做自己创业的教育，但是并没有一个整体的啊。那么现在我们最近梳理了一下啊，我们创业教育的目标定位。我们不是说鼓励更多的学生去创业，而是说培养他们的创造性思维、创新能力和创业精神。不管你创不创业，这些能力和精神是需要教育的。然后我们更加鼓励的是基于创新的创业啊，不是说你开个淘宝店就叫创业，这个当然也是创业。你在路边开个奶茶店也是创业，但是不是我们浙大所推崇的啊。那么我们的定位希望能够成为这个像斯坦福那样啊，中华斯坦福。好，那个。这个没有显示出来啊。反正我们总的来说，浙大创业教育那个实际上载体有这些方面，一个是这个都是空白的，说不出来啊。这个学生创业有很多的这些组织哈，学生社团，然后呢创业的一些竞赛啊，这个很活跃，然后一些课程。这些载体呢，其实包括我管理学院有很多，然后团委、学工部啊，就跟我们上海交大那边比较类似，好几个部门在搞，包括浙大科技院啊，包括这个其他的一些部门啊。然后现在我们正在逐渐形成这样一个生态系统。我们认为这个创业教育生态系统是非常关键，因为像我也是没有真正的去创办过公司的这样一个年轻老师，让我去给这些学生从头到尾的讲创业，那我肯定也是没有很丰富的经验。但是如果你有一个好的生态系统啊，你可以邀请这些校友、这些企业创业者啊来学校来讲。我们希望打造这样创意、创造、创新、创业，然后创投，然后创富这样一个完整的一个生态系统啊，这样的话，就是即使你个人经验有限，但是如果你把这个系统运转起来了啊，那么会有很大的一个空间。 具体来说，我们做了一些事情，就怎么样营造创新创业教育生态系统。我们有一个很好的载体，就每年举办这个校友创业大赛，现在已经举办了3届，这个影响非常大。每次参与的校友大概就是创业校友有几百人参加，然后影响的校友大概是成千上万的校友会参与。然后我们今年刚举办了一个世界创业论坛，这样也是做了一个载体，就是扩大我们的一些影响。今年10月份刚刚举办的。然后我们作为管理学院来说，我们每年举办这个中国创业的一个国际夏令营，就是这可能体现出我们创业的一些国际化的一些探索。就是每年3个礼拜邀请国际上的这些学生一起来，3个礼拜之内，让你一起跨学院、跨学校组成一个团队来，寻找一个创业项目来进行一个 PK 这是一些探索。然后呢，每周4下午，我们管理学院有这样一个创业沙龙营造这样一个氛围这个每次还都非常活跃的，包括一些资本对接也都在进行就这样就属于常态性的一些营造氛围。然后我个人就是这2年主要负责这样一个硅谷创业实验室，就是每年带一批，就是选拔一批有创业精神的同学去硅谷去，我们和当地的那个孵化器有合作纽卡拉比孵化器，在那里去创业实习参与当地真正在服的项目，然后回来以后很多项目，他们很多想法就想在国内落地，就是这样。现在进行到第2年初步的一些效果出来了，但是我们的一些合作伙伴一些天使一些孵化器都在和我们合作，包括硅谷的Plug Play 这个孵化器现在也同意和我们合作接受我们的同学去们这是他们在硅谷期间的一些创业的活动以及这个参访的一些公司这个对他们开拓视野还是非常有帮助的。当然，我们也不急功近利的说你去了以后马上就去创业，我们希望的是在校期间培养他们的创业精神，这是他们在孵化器的一些活动。然后呢，为了拓展我们这个创业教育的空间，我们和那个杭州梦想小镇建立了这样一个合作协议。也就是说，我们浙大 MBA 的创客班有些课程可以在那里来开，就是真正在这个中创空间里和孵化器里去开这样的课程。这是梦想小镇就是杭州这几年重点打造的一个大的巨型就是一个小镇的概念，不是一个单个的孵化器的，有3平方公里的一个面积，然后半年时间就全部搭建好了，因为都是用了废旧的厂房改建的。然后另外呢，我们为了弥补我们老师实践的不足我们请了一些产业界的一些创业导师，比方说阿里巴巴副总裁刚聘为我们学院兼任教授，还有那个方太的那个王立祥这个方太电器，就是我们请了一些这种业界的这些导师，然后我们和一些企业建立了合作关系，就是和海尔、和中集建立了这个创新联合营运中心，这就是可能产学合作的一种探索然后和华为也共建了这个瑞华创新管理研究所每个季度我们不是光挂个牌子，每个季度我们举办这样一个专题论坛每个季度当然主要是一些华为的前高管来和我们来探索因为华为有规定，现任的高管不准随便的来发言然后和美的我们最近合作的也不错，就是我们刚成立了美的开放创新联合实验室，这个主要是帮他们搭建这个开放创新的这个平台，以及线下的一些培训。你像这个今年我们和他联合举办了美的浙大的这样一个创新设计大赛，面向全校，全国的高校。然后他们当然要捐一些钱冠名，然后这是这个长三角的这个高校创业者的公开赛也是美的冠名的，这个都是我们帮他们牵线搭桥。所以说美的也尝到了甜头，就是通过和我们浙大的这种开放创新合作，他们自己也尝到甜头。然后呢，我们就是我们也算是个探索吧，就是我们帮企业培训这种内部创业的人才，就是美的首期的创客培训是我们来承担的，然后在梦想小镇、在阿里巴巴进行这个培训，效果也非常好，就是这是我们做的一些探索。好，那个应该时间差不多了最后我们下一步想怎么做呢？根据我的个人理解，我们浙大一个是，就是我们创业孵化基地可能要进一步的再 做得更完善一些。再一个，课程体系我们要进行优化，然后可能我们会成立浙大创意学院，现在还没有一个统一的创意学院。然后在我们浙大那个新校区，我们会建紫金共创小镇，大概5平方公里的一个空间。当然不是浙大自己建，是这个西湖区那个政府一起来建。然后更大一点就是环浙大创新创业者这个可能就把几个小镇要连成，梦想小镇什么紫金小镇连成的。反正这个政府的这个想象力有时候比我们学术界更丰富了。好，这个就先汇报这些，非常感谢。
I have only one thing in my mind to talk about. So 10 minutes to talk about one thing. I've been 17 years full-time professor at Taiwan University. I've been 25 years entrepreneur. Overlapping 15 years. I actually know both sides of the world and also the challenges. The topic I was given really was not talking about industry and academic collaboration. I think it is really going to be more from the industry academic collaboration to ignite campus entrepreneurship. I think that's what I'm going to talk about. And it has been hard, has been very hard. When I was a junior faculty back in 1988, I came back, I led a research lab, multimedia lab. We tried to cooperate, we did some project with the industry, tried to get some funding, tried to get some, not just funding for research, also some funding for potential business. It didn't work well. And that's when I tried to start up my company. I said, if I can't work with the industry, I might become the industry. And then several years later, I became a company, and I tried to sponsor university research. I tried to have the university research team to work in the direction I think is the correct direction, and it's hard as well. Okay, so I'm from both ends. Basically, we are looking at this industrial academic thing. We are looking at 3 components, but because we're talking about campus entrepreneurship, so I added one more as investor. So clearly, there's the professor, there's the student, and clearly there's the corporate, right? And then, because we're talking about startups, so now I put in the money, the investors. I have been looking at this for many, many years. I try to solve the puzzle in my mind. I always think there should be more outstanding companies coming out from campus. I've been scratching my head so hard, so it turns gray. I was extremely excited that a few years ago, like NTU started, 7 years ago, started the program about entrepreneurship, innovation for the students. Honestly, if you only take 50 students, it's not going to make a sea change. However, that has been the #1 most important thing happened in the past 20 years. Why? Because for Chinese students, our parents, our teachers always said, students, just study, read your books, okay? Start up, let somebody else work, right? And so the university launched the program, although it can also only take 50 students, it really is the symbol, it's a symbolic action saying, students, from the university level of viewpoint, entrepreneur is as important as getting an A from your class of electronics, where it's hard enough. Okay, so that has been extremely exciting. Now the students saying, yes, now I can tell my daddy, my mom saying, I want to start up, and it's not something crazy. Look, my university, NTU, John University, is promoting this program. This is the right direction, we are saving the country. Okay, so that's very cool. I like that. But if you look at my chart, you actually see my chart putting professors at the center. Honestly, in Chinese community, students respect professors so much. Okay, so if we don't change, this has been said by Professor Lee in his keynote opening. If we can enable professors, then that's a big thing. And I was excited this morning, I listened to Professor Lee, other professors, even our Vice President, Professor Chin. Nobody really talk about how to do it. And then we escape the problem. We talk about how to do this with students. Because we know how to handle students. We don't know how to handle professors. Okay? That's true. That's true. I don't know how to handle professors. I'm a professor, I know. A professor without any position, nobody can tell them to do anything. Not a department chair, not a dean, because they already have tenure, okay. So it's hard. But aren't we the best professors? Shouldn't we solve the hardest problem? That is professors. We have to solve the center to overcome whatever is left. So these other things are easy. This chart simply saying that as the Chairman Liu just talked about, we have a lot of more engineering projects from the corporate to universities. But honestly, there's no business talent in it. So the industry said, I need this 5G technology, okay? But it didn't really say, I have a business model. But as a corporate, why I'm going to tell professors about a business model? And if you figure out the business model, you're going to attack me. So there's that thing. I mean, so that's one area we are still trapped in the rundowns, the 7 models. None of those. I listened to those OEDC 7 models. None of those talk about the corporates help the academic to startups. Even your level 7 was like join big research lab like Intel is doing with NTU at this moment. So it's hard. Even though OECD understand it's hard. But we are the smartest people. Let's solve this hard problem. Okay? So that thing is corporate saying, professors help me, teach me technologies, but the professors are just doing the technology outsourcing. Now, can we make this happen? This is the other direction, right? Now, the professors has the desire. By the way, we have to understand this. We are not trying to enable all professors to become entrepreneurs, because it doesn't make sense. If everybody is an entrepreneur, then who does the employees? Okay? If we can have 1% professors are willing to take that role, the challenge is how can we help those 1%? So let me be a little bit more brave. Let's say 3%. So this entire concept has come down to only one issue. Forget about enabling. We always simplify this question to say, how can I have a lot of all those professors to become entrepreneurs? Some of those are just not liking it. Some of those just thinking papers are important. Don't change them. If you think that way, it's not going to work. So we really have to think about, all right, if my university has 3% of young faculties, they really want to do something, but listen, the other 97 professors are saying, I'm doing dumb things, right? Silly, it's not going to work, with the papers. We have to help that 3%. And how? That's what I'm going to talk about. So basically, let me change the angle. The reason I wrote this was because the subject I was given was like, industry, academic collaboration, and what proactive role the corporates can take. I said, wrong statement. Because the problem does not happen on the corporate. Now I'm a corporate. I'm more than happy to do this. It's not my problem. The problem is not me. The problem is I've been challenging my professor colleagues. I'm sorry, but because I'm one of you. By the way, I'm so excited. I was checking with Rhonda. I said, how many professors are here today? She surprised me. 16 professors from NTU, plus 50 professors from other universities. That's more than what we need. Let me put down my proposal. We need a professor entrepreneurship club. And for these 66 people, we're in our department, everybody is doing their thing, the traditional professor thing. Nothing wrong, nothing wrong. That's what the department is. But the reason Silicon Valley or even Beijing on the internet are so successful because there's so many group of people that speak the same passion. They talk about how we see opportunities instead of how we write, oh, I publish another paper, I publish another paper. So even professors, so it's all about environment. So entrepreneurship cannot be taught, honestly, none. The NTU program, the 50 students, I said, the value to me is not they train 50 students. The value to me is that the university said, students, startup company is very cool and it's very, very important. That is important. And how do we say to professors, say, a startup is very important, I'm still counting your publication. Listen, that's not going to change. Don't try to change. There's a, yeah, we understand paper is an issue, let's change that. We know it's not going to change because 97% of professors, they need that, right? It's not going to change, forget it, okay? DOE, Department of Education, cannot change that, okay? So the real challenge and the problem, once we will define it, is how to enable, protect, motivate that 3% professors to start up. When I did my startup, I still have to publish my paper. I still did my promotion for professor, publication. If you want to do startup, then that's what you have to do, right? You know, we face the same thing. All right, so come back to the corporates. Corporate can help from sponsoring the research project. That doesn't help campus entrepreneurship. So the corporate, I'm more than willing to do corporate venture capital. Cyberlink is one of few companies in Taiwan understanding software industry. I'm more than happy to share with my colleague professors about what software industry is about, what challenge we are going to face as a professor, because I was a professor, and how we manage the student and professor relationship, how we do not abuse the system, the relationship. I also understand internet quite well, the mobile internet. As a corporate, I'm more than happy to share with my fellow professors. And as a company with reasonable income, I'm more than happy to set up an investment fund to invest some of the projects that make sense. And then, so I'm also like an incubator. And I only incubate things I understand. And I understand consumer software. I admit I do not understand corporate software. These two, both software, they are totally different animals, okay? So I think now it comes to the point that how could the university can proactively provide the training programs to prepare the 3% professors, okay? How, for example, we have done so many training courses to students. In NTU, I haven't seen any startup seminar or workshop only focus on professors. Let's only get professors in, let's talk about it, because when professors is sitting in front of students, we become shy. We don't want to ask silly questions. So what kind of encouragement? I don't know how US system become. They can evaluate by publication or how much money brought in for the university. But in Taiwan, that's going to take years. So if we say the DOE, Department of Education, has to change so we can change, that's not going to happen. For people who are brave enough, we don't wait. We just take action for those 3% of professors. So pretty much I said, for my subject, really is how we enable professors. And also, I just want to make myself clear, not every professor, because it's not going to happen. We can help those 3%, how we help them, all right? And that help has to come from university top level. I'm talking about the president. I'm talking about Yang Xiaozheng, okay? That, honestly, if he does that, 100% better, 100% better. It's just like I said, the entrepreneur course program for students, that sends the signal. It really is not about the 50 students. It is that signal. And so thousands of students understand that students can do startups. All right, my last slide. Now, please read the Chinese one. 创新产学模式与企业的积极角色. That was the subject I was given. I said, it's a wrong subject. The problem is not the enterprise, not the corporate. The problem is culture. I want to talk. Thank you very much.
Details. Okay. Since I had my time this morning to speak long with slides, I won't do that. I'll speak briefly and without slides. So for me, this issue of academic and industry relationship is obvious. It's symbiosis, just like flowers and bees. They have to be together. And in fact, if anything, what we're seeing, because of exponentially changing technology and because of the rapid iteration of the business cycle, we're seeing that relationship get tighter and tighter. In fact, it's getting blurred between academia and industry. So what we need are whole new models and ways of looking at that. And I'm not surprised at all the number of examples that we've heard already. So we could brainstorm any number of ways in which we could come up with solutions. I think we started off with 7 ways. I did my own brainstorm. Clearly, and these are very tangible ways that industry and academia can collaborate. Incentive prizes and incentive competitions that industry issues to academia is obvious. They immediately meet the needs, a pain point that industry is feeling. Industry has the money, has the ecosystem for ideas to go into and be incubated and become reality, and academia has an amazing resource of talent and innovative people. So that's an obvious thing, and I encourage industry to be doing that frequently. And it can be done on small scale, it can be done on large scale, and it's quite obvious. Mentoring is another very obvious one. Industries typically have an overabundance of human capital, meaning they have really bright people, engineers, scientists, business people, who are doing their day jobs with their industry, but oftentimes are getting burnt out. They would like to be able to have another outlet, some way of giving back to society. And that's an obvious linkage to utilize that extra bandwidth of human capital that industry has and incentivize that. So that within the company, the engineer or the scientist or the business person who becomes a mentor to students or even professors is incentivized or acknowledged within the industry. And that can be an economic incentive, it could be a badge, it could be a smiley face, or some sort of recognition and systemization of that. Universities have an incredible opportunity to provide industry safe places to innovate. One of the most difficult things for large companies to do is to innovate. That becomes your greatest strength, becomes your greatest weakness. Because you get so large, you get vested in your business model, and you get a bit myopic about changes, and you get resistant to change. Well, students, professors are not resistant to change. Students are all about change. They're all about innovation. So universities have the opportunity to provide safe places, innovation hubs, or innovation, like the garage here, could be opened up to industry to come and to have a place where they can innovate and take risks and be amongst other people who are thinking in a very innovative, with an innovative mindset. Because doing that from within your corporation or industry becomes very difficult, because the pressures of everyday business demands are there. Another quite obvious one are venture funds. So as students come up with startup ideas, industry has typically money to invest. That's an obvious thing to establish. I know it happens in various forms, but this is quite obvious because then the industry gets the first pick of the great ideas that are coming out, the startups that are coming out of entrepreneurial programs, and again, it's a win-win situation because the young startup has an ecosystem within which they can thrive. And then another one are ongoing professional learning programs. Because industry doesn't stand still, because it's changing dramatically, the business cycle frequency is reducing, hyper-reducing. That means that the well-established professional who's 40 years old, working for company X, 20 years ago, they might have been comfortable in their job. They're not today. They need to retrain. So universities, which typically think that their job is to train undergraduate students and graduate students, need to shake that off. And actually, universities are a perfect place to provide professional, ongoing, real-time education and retooling for industry professionals. So at Singularity University, we do this. I was very happy to see the slide that was put up about the most innovative universities in the United States and the most academic universities in the United States. I didn't see Singularity University. But I was still happy for two reasons. Number one, Singularity University is only 7 years old. We don't compare to the Stanfords and the UC Berkeleys, etc. But the other reason I was happy is because 4 of the 8 in the middle of that circle were from California. And one of them was my alma mater, so I'm good with that, UC Berkeley. But the point there is, because Singularity University is not a traditional university, it was actually set up with the intention of mashing up academia and industry and startups. It was actually designed for that, fit for purpose. We're not a traditional university. It was designed with that in mind. So we have an ecosystem that we call SU Labs, where literally large corporations, Fortune 200 companies, and young startups that are just coming up with an idea coexist in the same working space. They literally coexist. They have lunch together, they have coffee together, they do some programs together, but the real magic can't be prescribed. You can't dictate because we don't know where that's going to go. The real magic is when you have, and these are real examples, Lowe's Home Improvement, which is a very large home improvement store in the United States, Fortune 200 or 300 or 500 for sure, has their innovation hub at Singularity University and has lunch with one of our startups called Fellow Robots, which was a telepresence robot. And over lunch they realized, wow, Lowe's should have telepresence robots in its hardware stores to greet customers. And within 2 or 3 months, sure enough, the very first telepresence robot called the Oshbot was in a Lowe's store in Cupertino, California. So our startup, which was just very young, was partnered immediately with a very large company and the very first telepresence robot. So you can go into the hardware store in Cupertino and be greeted by a robot and show the robot, this is what I want to buy, and the robot takes you to go buy that thing. And that's a perfect example of a collaboration that couldn't be prescribed. We didn't know that was going to happen. Another one is with NASA, because we're based in the NASA Ames Research Center, and another startup of ours called Made in Space. Because they coexist, our startup was able to get the confidence they needed from NASA and to design their 3D printer, their zero-gravity 3D printer, to meet NASA specifications. And sure enough, the very first object ever made in space was done by our company, Made in Space. And that was it's now up in the International Space Station as we speak. And astronauts, if they need a certain type of wrench or whatever, they can have it printed right there on the spot. Because you can send a digital file for 3D printing just as fast, and as long as they have the resin to build the wrench or whatever they need, they do it on the spot. And that's another collaboration between industry, in this case the space industry, and a very small startup. And they've got big plans to go on. I just recently came from Caterpillar. Caterpillar, the large industrial, Caterpillar. So I was at Caterpillar just about 10 days ago, where they had an innovation competition amongst their employees for them to come to Singularity University for a custom program. We actually went to them. But that's an example where a large industry had an innovation competition amongst themselves to see who could come to the university. So it's a flipped model in that way. So basically, my main point is, we're not a traditional university. We were designed for exactly this. Designed for the uncommon collaborations and the necessary collaborations between industry and startups. And we actually go one step further, because there's another element in our ecosystem that we call development partners. I think you all know from my talk this morning, positively impacting humanity is our core to our mission. We partner with development organizations like UNICEF, Mohammed Yunus's group called the Yunus Social Business Group, and others, about 10 of them. And there too, uncommon collaborations happen. One of our startups that's using AI to do dengue fever disease outbreak predictions, collaborated with UNICEF and Yunus Social Business in Brazil. And now the Brazilian government is so happy with that collaboration, they're going to be deployed for disease prediction for the Olympics that Brazil will be hosting. And that came about because of a collaboration between our startup and a large development organization, a UN organization in this case. So that's all to say that yes, this is an obvious symbiotic relationship. We need each other for sure. And this challenges, yet again, the traditional model of the university. And we actually have to sometimes shake off what's been there in the past to make ourselves fully relevant in the future. And I think in forums like this, we have that opportunity to start to shake off. And it needs to come from the top. And that whole notion of disrupt or be disrupted applies equally well to universities. Because if this university is not providing the needs of industry, some other will. I have full faith that this university will, but we need innovation from within our institutions as well. Thank you.